All right, guys, so you just saw me take the K-member out on a little time lapse there. But this video is just kind of going to kind of be like a little update. I don't really have anything to do, you know, per se, like actual work, but so we got the K-member out. I used a little transmission jack to kind of hold it up with a piece of plywood. So that kind of worked pretty good to get it out all in one piece instead of taking everything apart, which works really nice. I'm able to leave everything on it. Got the struts and springs over there, and we got the brake booster out because I ordered a manual brake kit. Okay. So let me go through the things that we've ordered that we're waiting on. So as everybody knows, that right now trying to order parts is like, I don't know, trying to get water out of the moon. So we ordered, let's see, we ordered all the Scott Rod stuff. We have a wing coming. We ordered the cover for this. They're like 5 weeks behind. So if you guys are planning on ordering from Scott Rod, it's 5 weeks. So we got, like I said, we got that on order. We made a little order on Team Z 2 days ago, and we've got the torque box coming. Okay, we ordered a new, oh, that's right, I got the rear end out too. I did that the other day. That's the 7.5 rear end there. So that's going to be going back in the white car just to keep the white car being able to be rolled around. That's not going to be like a permanent solution for that car. That's just going to keep it mobile, basically. So anyway, like I said, we've got everything cut out back here, pretty much. Let me get a flashlight so you guys can see a little better. A little dark under there. So yeah, let's go under here. So everything looks pretty good under here. No real, you know, like rust or anything like that. That needs to be taken care of. Just a little surface stuff. But anyway, so we're taking out the entire, you know, upper torque box there, and we're going to replace it with the Team Z kit. So we ordered that. Plus, they have an add-on you can do with the Team Z kit where it adds a roll bar. Okay, they weld a roll bar mount to it, and then you can bolt their roll bar to it. So that's a little expensive option. I think it was like $300 extra or something, or $350 extra or something like that. But I went ahead and did it because I have a anti-roll in the other car, but it's a UPR, and so once I put I just wasn't sure once I put the torque box in place if I was going to have room for it, if it was going to fit right or whatever. So I just said, you know what, let me just go ahead and order it with that on there, and it's all squared up and I don't have to worry about it. So okay, so we got that. I think, like I told you guys before, we got the material to mount the fuel cell, so we have that. So we're just waiting on that. I kind of want to wait to do the fuel cell until I get this done. Okay, because this is going to be a nightmare. I've seen a few videos on it, and I can tell just by looking at it, all the spot welds and everything. I already started drilling a few of them, but all this has to come out. All this bar here has to come out, and there's spot welds on the trunk floor. Okay, the thin sheet metal of the trunk floor. There's all kinds of spot welds along there. This wraps around, that's got spot welds. This wraps around, that's got spot welds. It's just, that's gonna be like an all-day project probably to get all those drilled out. To get all those drilled out and cleaned up. So we have a lot of work ahead of us on that. But, you know, I'm probably not gonna video that because that's just gonna be grinding and drilling spot welds and all that. So, okay, so, and then the rear end that's in the white car, we're going to be taking that probably over to, I'm not sure who, maybe TRZ or maybe FFP, that the guy did the video on the lights. I know he does that stuff too, but I got to contact these people. I don't know who's busy, who's not, who's got too much to do or whatever. And so we're going to put like 9-inch ends on it and do the spool and do axles and all that. So, but I don't want to try to do that myself. I don't have the equipment to do it. And I also don't want to, you know, invest in, you know, the alignment kit for that because I'm only going to be doing one. I don't plan on doing this like for other people, or, you know, I'm just too busy to do stuff like that. So for me, investing in the jig to do that is just not worth it. But anyway, we also got a cutoff switch. Okay, so that's required, you know, in case you flip it or put it in a wall, you got to have a switch to, so, you know, so people can come and turn your power off. What else? Yeah, so this is going to be really easy. I mean, I don't know if you guys can, oh, and also look how light this is. I can pick it up, the whole thing. I could pick the whole thing up with one hand. So it's super light, super light. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, look how easy it's gonna be to put the motor in. I mean, I feel like I'm being spoiled here compared to putting the motor in the white car where you have to lift it 10 feet in the air up here and drop it in at an angle. It's just, this is gonna be so nice to go put it here and just kind of walk it in and mount it. So a few things that we're going to be doing differently is on the ATF 2JZ adapter that's on that motor to the TH400, it has a mid plate on it, okay, with mounts. So I don't utilize it on that car. I'm only utilizing the motor mounts and the transmission mount. So I want to actually use those, you know, the mid plate mounts. So I'm gonna have to build some brackets to come off of here, okay, off of these frame rails here and here, and they land right about in this area here, okay. So I'm gonna have to build something off of that, and so that way we're not relying on just those motor mounts, because those motor mounts are actually getting destroyed. I don't think they're meant for what I'm doing with them, and the bushings that are in there are actually splitting and cracking, and they're just coming apart. So I'll probably ditch those motor mounts and make some custom motor mounts, just maybe some tubular motor mounts, and make them solid mounted. So yeah, I mean, everything else is pretty, you know, ready to go as far as starting to transfer things over. So that's probably the last time I'm gonna drive that car. I'm not gonna drive it anymore. We've already pulled the battery. I went ahead and built a little battery tray here. I used just some, I think that's a 1/4 inch or 3/4, no, I'm sorry, 1/8 inch. That's an 1/8 inch angle. And I got that for like a stick of it for like $12.99 or something like that. And I think I have a piece back here. Yeah, here it is. So this stuff here, yeah, I'm not sure what it is, but it was really cheap, 12 or 13 bucks. And that's all I needed was one stick to build that whole bracket. And then I welded on a few nuts and a little bar going across. So, I mean, total, I'm about 15 bucks into that entire battery tray. And it looks really good too. Came out nice, real simple. And we're gonna mount it right in this area here. Probably try to mount it maybe to the crossbars that are going to be coming across for the fuel cell. Try to tie them in somehow, maybe bolt it to that, because right now this is just kind of weak sheet metal here. So I want to kind of tie it into something a little stronger. So we got that. What else? Yeah, I've just been working on little things here and there. Not really been videoing much because it's just kind of little boring stuff here and there, but I just kind of wanted to give you guys an update so I don't get too far ahead and you all won't know what's going on. So the other thing we did was I went ahead and welded the quick release onto the stock steering shaft, okay? And we made a pretty cool little, set that there, made a pretty cool little cover, okay? This is just some 3-inch intercooler tubing, and I made like a little plug, a plastic plug that press fit into it, and I painted the whole thing, and I bored it out so that it fits perfectly over the shaft, okay, of the quick release shaft. So this is all welded together in here. You can't see it. It just kind of looked ugly, you know, once I got it done, and I'm like, I was looking at that and I'm like, this is really ugly, you know, like seeing that. So I came up with this to cover it up, and I think it looks pretty good. You know, it's put a little orange sticker on it so you can kind of line it up with the orange sticker on the steering wheel. You can see there, and just just pops on right there like that, and you can see they line up. So when you get in the car, you're not trying to search for it. You can just visually see that orange sticker, line up the orange stripe, and pop it on. So yeah, everything's really solid on that, and welded on really easily. No issues there. Well, again, I just didn't video it because, you know, it's just little stuff here and there that I'm doing. What else? Oh yeah, I mentioned the manual brake cylinder we're gonna get. We ordered that from Team Z. We ordered the double adjustable uppers, double adjustable lowers. We're gonna stick with, we're not gonna do coilovers. We're gonna stick with stock suspension 100%, you know, with springs. I'm gonna use stock springs with one coil cut off. And yeah, I've had really good luck in the past with that, and I'm not gonna change anything. So, I mean, if you can go, it's all about the 60 foot, you know, if you can get your 60 foot down really good, you're good to go. So the lower torque boxes, I'm not gonna do much to them. The only thing on my other car, only thing I did was plate them. I just plated the inside, and I put a plate underneath too, okay, that tied it to the subframe connector. And so it's basically just kind of boxed it in. And I was going 1-2 60 foots regularly and never saw any damage whatsoever to the lower torque box. Okay, the upper I had reinforced in a different way, kind of plated it and then brought a bolt through the chassis and had a plate on the other side. So it's usually the upper torque box that takes all the damage. The pulling motion on this sheet metal is what really is the problem. Okay, so, and yeah, I mean, you know, the next thing I'm gonna start doing is grabbing, like out of the white car, we're gonna start grabbing wiring. We'll start running the wires. Since, you know, no carpets in here, I have a nice clean slate to work with, and we can start running wires and maybe mount the ECU up in here somewhere. I'm not 100% sure where, but make some kind of nice mount for that, and just run a bundle of a harness from the back here. It's gonna be about 4 or 5 wires, 2 fuel pumps, the lights, the battery power and battery negative. So 4 or 5 wires. We'll make a little harness for that, little bundle, and run it up, you know, up over here and down the side here. So, and probably just, you know, run it along the side here where I have a distribution block that will mount up here. So, but anyway, guys, I don't know what else to give you an update on. That's pretty much it. So, like, you know, the Scott Rod stuff that's going to be coming. I bought a wing. Okay. We also bought a parachute mount. So we're going to do everything that we need to do while this car is apart. You know, I want to future proof it, you know, with everything I need. But not that we're going to be using a parachute at the moment. I expect it. I do expect it to run 150 in the quarter. Not a problem with that, you know, which is right where you need a parachute. You know, they'll start looking at you funny if you're doing over 150 and, you know, you don't have a parachute. So I don't want to even run into these issues anymore. This is the issues I ran into with the white car. You know, when you start running lower times, you start getting these looks like, you know, you can see the track guys looking in your car and wanting to see if you have a cage or whatever. And I just don't want to deal with that anymore. I just want to be everything up to spec, up to, you know, the times I'm running. So, but anyway, guys, I hope you enjoy this video, and I appreciate y'all following along. And I don't know, maybe we'll look at maybe another month, hopefully a month, and we can get this thing on the ground, fired up maybe, and start thinking about taking it to the track. So I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. So that's all I can say. It's been a long road, but it's all been worth it. I'm really happy the way everything's coming out. The paint is beautiful. It's not perfect. It's not a SEMA job or nothing like that. I mean, when you guys see it, you're gonna maybe find a few flaws here and there, but for me, as a race car, I'll take it. But anyway, guys, that's gonna do it for this video. Thanks for following along. Check you next time.